Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Facebook Live. I've missed you guys. I'm so excited to be here today. I have to get out my signature chapstick. I hope you guys are excited. Hi, Donna. Hi, Wendy. I'm so happy to see you guys. Hi, Tracy. I'm impressed that you guys made it since my graphic this morning had June 24th on it. Hi, Kelly. I made that graphic while sitting at the parking lot to pick up my daughter from cross-country practice at 8 o'clock this morning, or I don't even remember what time it was. Hi, Robbie. I missed you too. I hope you're surviving those last few days being pregnant. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. Thinking about you. It is so nice to be missed, you guys. Thank you so much. Hi, Christy, Nancy, Sandy. Lovely to see you guys. Rachel, Deborah. I always think it's funny because I never know for sure if people go like by Deborah or Debbie. I know my friend Deb, who actually was here during my last Facebook Live, she goes by Deb and maybe Deborah, but every so often I call her Debbie, and I think only her husband and maybe her bestie from like childhood gets to call her that, so I feel kind of special. So I am so excited to have you guys here today. I totally missed you. In fact, I was trying to figure out if there was a way I could do Facebook Live while we were in Thailand. But part of me was like, Dina, relax, you're on vacation. And then the other part was that it was a 12-hour difference. And then the other part was that the internet was not always super good. I know this because every time my son FaceTimed us, he was all crabby because the signal would drop off. And I thought, oh, I don't even want to mess with it. So anyway, I did totally think about you guys while I was in Thailand, though. In fact, so many times we did stuff that I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell this story when I get back on my Facebook Live. So I have several of those. I do have some pictures to show you. I think you guys probably saw some. I tried to post pictures here and there while we were in Thailand. We had such a good time. It just was brutal getting there and coming home. I'm still a little jet lagged, and we got home almost exactly a week ago. We got home late Monday evening after about 50 some hours of traveling. It was a little brutal. We had to get to the airport really early, and the airport was interesting, and well, whatever, it doesn't matter. We had a great time though. It was so amazing. It is a completely different world in Thailand. I don't know that I would ever go back necessarily. I think there's other places I'd rather go. Not that I didn't like it, just it's so far away. If it was closer, I would go again for sure. But man, it's far away. And I really need to go to some other places. Like, I am determined to go to Australia. I know so many Australians now. I have to go. In fact, we met, well, I knew of an Australian demonstrator. Her name is Shanine. And I knew her before, just like, you know, on Facebook or whatever. And we met her, and she was so funny. Oh my gosh, I loved her. We had a really nice time with her and her husband. And of course, I know another demonstrator, Kylie Bertucci. Some of you maybe have heard of her before. She has been a friend for a couple of years now. And so I had breakfast with her and her husband one morning. So that was really nice. And that is the really cool part about these trips being global, is you get to see all the people that you've gotten to know over the years from all over the world. I truly have friends in so many different countries now, which is really kind of fun. And who would have thought that was possible with stamps? So I will show you a few things from my trip because I know some of you have asked about it. So I apologize, but I have a bunch of stamping to do today, so we really have to get to it. First of all, our door, I know this is backwards, but our door had this. Isn't this cute? So everybody knew where where their room was. And I really love that because I'm so saving it. I mean, hello. We got a ton of stuff that I can't show you. That's the really cool part about these trips is you get gifts on your pillow every night, which is so cool. Because who does that for you on vacation? Like, in fact, going on like regular vacations after you've been on a Stampin' Up! Incentive trip is kind of depressing because nobody puts pillow gifts on your bed every night. I mean, come on. So it was really cool. So the reason I can't show you a bunch of the gifts that we got is because they actually are from the holiday catalog. And squee! It is amazing. We saw a whole bunch of really, really, really cool stuff. They gave us a whole bunch of really, really cool stuff. And we got to see lots and lots of samples of that really cool stuff. So I took a ton of pictures, as you would probably suspect I might. And I'm really excited to share that with you guys because I think you're going to love it. Did I just see a heart from my Kelly? In fact, here, I have to show you. So Kelly is one of my good friends who we hung out with on the trip. And our good friend Barb couldn't come, so Kelly made a flat Barb. So it's like she's here. Okay, so this is our friend Barb. I actually have her husband too. Anyway, we had such a good time. So Kelly and Barb and I have been good friends on trips for many, many years now. And so it was really fun. Anyway, so hi, Kelly. Mwah. I miss you, my dear. Okay, so first of all, and Kelly can relate to this because she and I had the same ridiculously awesome room. So we had the whole resort and they gave us rooms based, I don't know if it was on our sales or when we earned the trip. So we had like ridiculous, awesome, amazing rooms. It was a 3-story loft, like apartment. Oh my gosh, I think my first apartment was smaller than this hotel room. And it was so cool. There were 3 bathrooms, an outdoor shower, 2, like one little balcony area, and then another rooftop sun tanning awesome area, and all kinds of cool stuff. That was like, I'm sure, I think Kelly said that it was based on sales. Yeah, we rock, Kelly. High five. I think that it was definitely the nicest room I've ever stayed in. So I have to tell you the funny part about this is we came in a couple days early just because the trip was so long, so we wanted to stay a little bit longer. And we stayed at the resort, and when they told me how much my room was, I said, can we just stay in a regular room? So the regular room that we stayed in the first 2 nights, and then we moved to our fancy room, that regular room was really nice. But it was pretty cool when we got to be in our fancy room, so I was all excited. Okay, so I will show you a few of the treats that they did give us that I can show you. And don't worry, I will show you all the other ones when I'm allowed. So first of all, well, actually, this is one of the last gifts they gave us. This is super cute. Good job, Dina. I have not tried it on yet, which I need to. I was going to wear it today, but then it kind of clashed with my silver from my shirt here. But here is isn't this cute? It's a little, I'm not doing a good job. It's a little elephant. How adorable is that? So, that was really fun. So obviously, and well, actually, let me show you. This is like the little logo for the event. And this was pulled off of one of my gifts. So everything is all dressed up cute. And then on the back, there's like a little fun fact on everything. So that was kind of fun. And then, like, sometimes we got little cards that explained stuff, and they treat you right. I tell you, you are in a trip, and it is, like, amazing. So there's another one. So we had a really good time. But I have to tell you about some of the more exotic experiences that we had. And Kelly is going to die because she was with me for all of them. So first of all, I think our favorite day was the day we went on a boat that took us to all these different islands. And we went snorkeling a couple times, and we got to see just a whole bunch of stuff. And it was really fun. But we were there during monsoon season, which means that the weather, basically in the morning, it was usually pretty nice, but then it would like cloud over and usually a rainstorm would kind of blow through. And so on our way home from this wonderful event in which the boat like broke down 3 times and they had to send a smaller boat to come get us. Oh yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, so on our way back, the weather really kind of picked up, and on our boat it was the 4 of us, me, Kelly, her daughter, and my husband, and then a guy from New Zealand. Those were the English speakers, and then everybody else was Chinese. So there were 2 guides, for one who spoke Chinese and one who spoke English for us, which was nice. And all the Chinese people were barfing in the back of the boat, where, by the way, it was not as bouncy as in the front of the boat where we were, because we are hardcore. And so, well, actually, I should say Kelly's daughter got a little nervous, but I think that's only because we sort of hit a weird wave once, and like half the people fell off their bench. Look, whatever. But it was so funny coming back. Actually, it was kind of horrible because it was so, like, you just pounded the whole way back. And I think a couple times I might have been just a teensy bit nervous, but never nervous enough to put on my life jacket. I did not get that far. But Doug, the New Zealand guy that was with us, he put his on, and that was kind of funny. Anyway, but there was this sweet little Chinese girl. I don't know how old she was, maybe like 6 or 7. And she had like this look on her face the whole time. I mean, she seriously was like the whole ride back, and it was over an hour. It was not pretty, but we had such an amazing day. We went snorkeling 2 different places, and I think the second place we went was probably the best snorkeling I've ever had. And the funny thing is, I'm so dumb. That is funny, but so when we snorkeled, you have to take your glasses off, and Dina can't see without her glasses, and she doesn't have contacts. So you think snorkeling's a really good idea till you literally get in the water, you put your snorkeling mask on, and you realize that you're totally blind. However, the second place was so good, you could see stuff even without glasses and being totally blind. That's how good the snorkeling was. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so I have to show you some more treats because I know I'm blah, 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 blah. But I do want to show you a couple more things. Okay, so that was my favorite experience of the trip, was that day. And of course, we had so much fun with our friends and just hanging out at the pool and doing all kinds of cool stuff. This is another gift that Stampin' Up! Gave. I had to show the box because, okay, so if this is not like a funeral in a box, I don't know what is. Now, don't get me wrong. I really like it, and I think it's super cute. But it's in this box with like the satin or velvet, or not, this is not velvet, like satin. Okay, and then tell me, I mean, that's like what a casket is on the inside, right? And tell me this does not look like a little mini urn for ashes. I'm just saying, I don't know what this is for, and I love it because I think it's super cute, but it does kind of remind me of an urn for ashes. I will not put ashes in mine, I promise, but I just think that's kind of funny. Anyway, it's so cute. I really like it. Okay, so then 2 other experiences that we partook in. And here I have to pull my iPad out because I posted some pictures. Well, maybe I'll show you these when I flip around to stamp. But one of the things, see, here's me and Kelly. This is from one of the beaches. Look at how pretty it is. The water is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I loved it. And oh, by the way, so like the conversion rate for US dollars to Thai baht, that is the currency, is like 32.3 to 1 or something like that. And so this is what $500 in cash looks like. It's 16,000 baht, something. It's a lot. So you felt like super rich because you're sporting all these $1,000 bills until you bought stuff, and then it wasn't quite as impressive, but oh well. Okay, so that day that we had the amazing day with Kelly on the boat with the bad weather. So we went to this beach. This is the beach from the movie The Beach, with Leo DiCaprio. I think it was the first movie he went to, or he did after after Titanic. So I thought that was really cool. I'm trying to find my, okay. Trying to find my pictures because these are the ones. This was the night where I was like, okay, I can't wait for this because this is so going on my Facebook Live. So, we went, except one more funny picture. So this was the four of us on that day. This was on the boat before it got bad out. So that's Kelly and her daughter Haley, and that is my goofy husband Andy, and of course me. You might recognize me from such Facebook Lives as this one. Okay, so we had such a good time, but we went on an adventure, and this was all Connie's idea. I just have to preface this, but this was all Connie's idea. So here we are, all dressed up for our fun evening out. So that's me and my husband, and of course, you know I take selfies. That's like my whole thing. So we went to this little show, and I have the flyer, so I will show it to you. So Connie, who by the way is really into like theater and stuff, she's like, we have to go see a show. And I was like, okay. So apparently it's a big thing in Thailand that there are these ladyboy shows. Ladyboy shows, people? And ladyboy shows are, in case you're not aware, are drag queen cabaret shows. And I would equate them to be, in Thailand, something like bad community theater. But I don't know if it was just the one we went to or if they just all are this bad, but I swear, I don't know. It was interesting. TripAdvisor advised us to go on this Simon Cabaret, which is, Connie said, was one of the top 10 things to do in Thailand. I think we would all agree that it was not the top 10 thing to do in Thailand. It was weird and awkward and weird. So we went to this show, and I can't remember how much it cost, but actually everything after that had its own currency. I'll explain that in a second. But it was basically a bunch of, well, some of it was like kind of traditional dances for like different, like Thailand, and I would assume maybe China or something, different like traditional dances, which was interesting. And let me tell you, these ladies were dressed to the nines. They had like full on Vegas show outfits. It was crazy. They were like totally dressed up. But it was weird. Like, they weren't that good. So I have to show you my first, and like the whole time, of course, for me, was it a girl or a guy? Girl or guy? Girl or guy? That's what we were trying to decide the whole time. So we get out of the show, and like any good attraction, they dump you off after the show into the gift shop, if you will. And the gift shop for this was, all of the people in the show were lined up outside the doors so that you could take pictures. So, of course, here's my first picture. This is me going, oh my gosh, look at these ladies. I use that term loosely. Ladies. And so I thought I was all proud of my selfie picture. Well, then, as you can see right here, Beyonce is beckoning us to come out and take a picture with her. So we're like, okay. So we go out and get our selfie with Beyonce up close and some other lady. And so here's our picture. Okay. And notice Connie, she made all this happen. So here we are with our lady boys. So then we're walking away, and they're like, hey. They were yelling at us, and so we're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? And I'm like, oh, of course they want a tip. So I asked my husband for some money. And then, as it turns out, above where they were standing was this huge banner that said 100 baht for a photo with the performers. And of course, no one noticed that before we took the picture. So then they're like wanting their money. So I gave them a 20, which, by the way, in US dollars is like nothing. 20 baht, it would be like a couple bucks, if that. So it turns out they wanted 100 baht. So from then on, everything we did was based on 100 baht. So 100 baht is how much a photo with a transvestite lady dancer is in Thailand. So everything after that was based on 100 baht. So like this drink is 5 photos worth. So it was just really funny how we came to understand a new currency in Thailand. So now the other thing that we did was 2 transvestite photos worth, okay? And this was so awesome. And I have a video, so I will post this to my blog for your viewing pleasure. But the one thing we did that really made my trip to Thailand complete was when we went to get a fish massage, a foot massage with fish. Okay, so did you guys see that? So this is one of my favorite pictures, and you might notice how red my face is because I'm literally crying from laughing so hard. So this is Kelly's daughter and I. Are you dying, Kelly? This is so funny. So we're getting our feet tickled by the little fish that were massaging our feet. It was a foot massage. So, oh my gosh, it was so funny. We made so much noise. I mean, it was like total tourists. But here they are. Here's a close-up of my foot, which, by the way, I hate feet, and so ew. But here they are, eating the dead skin off of my tourist feet. Gross. It was pretty funny, though. We laughed really hard. So that was a funny day. That was the day I also learned that Kelly's daughter can belch like a professional. I'm just saying. All right. So I think one more picture. And I think I posted this, or maybe a different one. This was another picture I took. This is our final event. They had these little elephants there. And, so it was really sweet. We got to get our picture with an elephant. So that was kind of fun. All right. So those are my adventures from Thailand. Now, one other thing. Well, okay. So those were my adventures. We had an amazing time. It was so much fun. But I have so much stamping to share with you guys. So I think we should flip things around and talk about the stamping. I'm just going to move a couple things because I have sort of a bunch of stuff out. All my treasures that I was showing off. Okay. So I'm going to flip this around and show you a few more things. Okay. Here we go. Oops. I gotta fix my little thing here. Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry I have kind of a messy background, but I'm really excited about some things to share. By the way, I have to just share with you, like, when we're in Thailand, or when we're on any of these Stampin' Up! Trips, like, everything is all fancy and looks adorable and is so, like, coordinated and perfect and really cool. So here is, like, this was just a treat bag that we could fill with candy in the hospitality room every day. They always had treats for us. This was one of the little treats that we got. This was one of our gifts. Every day we could play little games and win prizes. So I got washi tape and this cute little elephant thing. Another day I got these little thingies, sprinkle, embellish, what are these called? Sequins. Yeah, that's what they're called. And then there were other things, but I can't show you a bunch of them. Okay, so the other thing that was really cool, I mentioned my new friend Shanine. So Shanine was so sweet. She left this in my room the last day. And I was just so touched that she would share all of this stuff with me because it's like super impressive. So my dear Shanine, she left me this, this amazing stuff. And I'll put all this on my blog so you can see the photos of this. I mean, like, how cool is this? So pretty. This is a card. It's a big one. But how gorgeous is this? A little shimmer. And then here's like just a cool tag. This is like on a kind of a cardboard hunk. And look at how beautiful this is. Like, this is serious, fancy stuff. Like, I don't know if I've ever made anything quite this fancy. I have a little bit more simple style. I don't do the over-the-top amazing, amazing, amazing stuff like this. Oh my gosh. I was just she just gave me all this stuff. Like, how nice was that? And then this was a really sweet card. So, oh my gosh, I'm still trying to figure out what I can send her that like is worthy. Oh my goodness. So I was just so excited that she dropped off the stuff in my room before they left. We both left on the same day. So that was just so cool. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, then I have some announcements, and hopefully I still have my sheet with all my announcements, but maybe not. Okay. But we are going to stamp a whole bunch, because I have several cards actually ready to go. Okay, so first of all, there's 2 specials going on this month right now. The first one is called July Bonus Days. It has nothing to do with this. July Bonus Days are when you spend $50, you get a free $5 coupon from Stampin' Up! And that coupon can be used next month off of any purchase. And if you earn several coupons, you can use all of them at the same time. Doesn't matter. So that's really cool. Then the next thing is, if you order from me this week, you have until the 31st, using my host code, which I will post here in just a second, you will also receive a free tutorial from me that has 20 projects using the Colorful Seasons, online, or the Colorful Seasons bundle. Okay, so I'm just gonna summarize these. July Bonus Days. Okay, so that's a $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend. Okay, and you can redeem those next month. Then if you use the host code WRY26 A47 WRY26 A47, that is correct. If you use this host code with me, I will send you via email a tutorial with 20 projects. There might be more. I haven't looked. With the Colorful Seasons suite of products. There's several things. Okay. And we're going to make a card with this that is actually, I hope, going to knock your socks off. It's super simple, but it's really pretty. Okay, then there's also another promotion called Christmas in July. And this is a great promotion. This is actually the most amazing promotion. Christmas in July. So the way this works is, if you sign up, you'll get a free $72 essentials kit. And oh my gosh, I don't know if that's spelled right, but oh well. $72 essentials kit that includes a pre-release of something coming in the new catalog, which is called the Carols of Christmas stamp set. Ooh, isn't that awesome? Now this will be a customer special next month, but this is the stamp set that you get free. Plus, this online essentials kit also contains a whole bunch of stuff. There's like a bone folder, a couple of blocks, some grid paper. There might even be adhesive. I can't even remember all the stuff in there, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. I have a ton of information about this on my blog. So if you want more info, it's under Join My Team. And let's just talk about this for a second. So becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I think people always freak out because they think, oh my gosh, I have to do what you do. No, you don't. You totally don't. Demonstrators come from all walks of life. They are people who just want a discount on their purchases. Think Sam's Club membership. Then there's also people who want to earn some money. Then there's also people who want a career. That would be somebody like myself. There's everything in between. So you don't have to do anything to be a demonstrator, you can just order for yourself, and that's totally okay. If you have ever thought about this, now is the time to take advantage of this. It expires July 31st, and July is the 7th month, 31st day. Okay. And the thing about this is, if you are spending like $100 a month or more, you should totally do this because you will save money. Now, I say that I actually make more money off of you if you order through me and don't become a demonstrator, but I'm always happy to have you on my team. So think about it. If you have any questions, though, please feel free to contact me. I would be happy to answer them for you. But this truly is the best deal I think I've ever seen since I've been a demonstrator. So it's pretty awesome. So just think about that. And like I said, if you have questions, just let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you and would love to tell you about it. Now, I can't even believe that so many things have happened in my life because I decided to order a starter kit many, many years ago, like 19 years ago. I went to Thailand because of stamps and ink and paper. Like, how crazy is that? All right, now I promised cards and I shall deliver. I've got a whole bunch to share with you today. And I have a little bit of everything, actually. So the first card that I'm going to show you is a really simple card. And you might laugh a teeny bit at me, but I actually recorded a video for this and then I was going to post it to my website. And for some reason, I couldn't get it to post. This was going to be something you guys got to watch while I was gone, but it didn't happen, so I hope you'll forgive me. But it's a really cute card, and it is based on another card that I made on a video right before I left. I'll show you. I think I can show you. Maybe I can't. Oh, you know what? I think I just brought it out into my classroom area. So anyway, I did a set of 5 cards using the new in colors, and it was similar to this. It said hello going across here, and then there was a little piece of doily underneath, and I really loved using the marbled background stamp on this, so I wanted to show you some more with that because I just liked it so much. So I am using powdered pink with like I said, this new marbled background stamp. And have you guys noticed how awesome the stamp is? Every time I show something with it, people are making comments like they had no idea it was even in there. They hadn't given it a second thought. So let me show you. By the way, I have to tell you something kind of funny. When I was in Thailand, I had people come up to me and tell me, oh my gosh, I love your videos. I love those Oreos you're always talking about too. I always think that is hysterical. So they think of me with stamping and Oreos. I love that. Okay, so I just took and inked up my background stamp. Then I'm placing on top of here a piece of cardstock, which is a little smaller than my card front, so it's 4 by 5 1/4. I can remember that one. And then I'm going to use this clear block as a rubber to get good even pressure over the whole thing. Okay, so there we go. How cool is that? Someone said they thought it was actual marbling. And I laugh at that because I have actually tried to do like legit marbling before. We even bought, some of my friends and I even bought a Martha Stewart kit. Yeah. Let's just say it did not go as well as Martha promised. So I'm totally digging this background stamp. I think it's really awesome. All right. Now, if you haven't ever caught my Facebook Live videos, I post all the photos of all the projects that I'm sharing with you, as well as the other things I've shown on my blog Wednesday. So you will see all of this in case you miss anything. Okay, so there is my background stamp on my card. Very simple. Now I'm going to use 2 punches to complete the rest of this card. I'm just pulling them out here quick. Oh, they were right here, handy. So we have this new Starburst punch. Like, doesn't this have just the look of like a hardly ever used punch? It's so nice and neat and clean. And then here is my lovely banged up 2-inch circle punch. Look, you can see, hi. I'm trying to make faces. It's not working. There you go. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm a dork. Okay. But what I'm going to do is punch this out of here. Oh my gosh. Franziska. Is that how you say that? Because that sounds so awesome. You tried to order those Oreos, but the postage would cost 100 quid. Oh my gosh, that's like 100 pounds, right? That's a lot of money. That's like $150 for you US people. Or, well, I haven't checked the exchange rate lately, but it's a lot. That's crazy. They are probably not $150 good. I mean, they're good, but I don't know if I would pay that much. Oh my goodness, 100. That's crazy. Okay, so there is my little punch. Okay, then we're going to take a scrap of Whisper White, which I have right here. Okay, and I'm going to punch this as well. And it just dawns on me that I don't have these stamps out right now, but that's okay because they're handy. Everything is so accessible in my stamp room. I say that like jokingly because it is often accessible, but it's often hard to find. Hi, Ella.
Hey, Mom.
It's on we're Facebook Live. Say hi.
Hi.
How'd class go?
I'm not done, but I've got one thing left.
One thing left? Okay. Good job, sweetie.
We'll be done next time.
Yay.
I got a super cute boy Snapchat at driver's ed today.
You got a super cute what?
Boy Snapchat.
A super cute boy Snapchat. What does that mean, you guys? I think my daughter got a Snapchat from a boy that she thinks is super cute. I'm pretty excited to see this after we're done with live. In fact, we might have to stop right now. No, I'm just kidding. Well, good for you, I think.
Yeah, I didn't think so cute too. So.
Oh, you are cute. That's awesome, sweetie. Well, good for you. I am anxious to hear all about this. But we have to keep stamping, so.
Okay. All right, love you.
Love you too, sweetie. Are you guys dying? Oh my gosh, I am. Oh my gosh, Alexandra. It is so awesome to see you. It must be late there, by the way. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for my black ink pad. Yep, it was just right under something. Oh my gosh. So far today we have covered oh so many topics. My daughter and her cute Snapchat boy. I can't wait to hear more about that. And we've covered ladyboys. I mean, really, it's everything. Okay, by the way, while I was doing all that, I don't know if I mentioned this was the stamp set, Hello Friend. So part of where this came from was this stamp set was out, and when I was making my other cards with the background, so I just wanted to keep playing with it. And I hadn't messed around with these flowery stamps yet, so that's kind of where that came from. I know that has been super random, but I'm out of practice for Facebook Lives, and my daughter just shared with me interesting information. So what do you do, right? Oh, goodness. Teenagers, I tell you. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp. I stamped my sentiment in black. Then I added the cute little flowers in the coordinating pink, powder pink ink. And then there's this cute little leafy thing that I'm going to add right here in Pear Pizzazz. So that is super cute, right? Now you can see I left a bunch of space above the circle so that I can add the bow. So I'm going to close this ink up before Sue has a heart attack, because I know it's coming, Sue. I'm so sorry. I've been getting better at closing ink pads up, but I realized 3 open is a bit much, even for me. All right. And then I'm going to adhere this with Fast Fuse. And you know what? I'm going to put just a little bit more on here because it is this glitter paper. I really want it to stick. So I'll put it down like that. Give it a good push like I mean it. Okay, and isn't that cute? It has just a little bit of sparkle poking out from it, which I like. And as with all awesome things, we're going to pop them up using dimensionals. And then we're going to add our bow, and that's all that there is to this card. Of course, you could do this in a whole bunch of color combinations, which would be awesome. And, of course, you could do all sorts of different sentiments as well. Let me just reach over for my ribbon. So you guys will appreciate the fact that this card is so versatile. I think ultimately one of the things I really have come to love from Stampin' Up! Is the versatility. Now, I see a couple of you have shared my video on Facebook. Thank you so much. Don't forget, as always, whenever you share my video, you'll be entered into a drawing for free stamps. And speaking of, I also had a Thailand special that many of you took advantage of. And of course, if you did, we have packages going out this week. So I'm excited to share with you all kinds of goodies. But there's my card. Isn't that easy? So simple. So this is, just like I said, a really great all-purpose card. You can change up the colors. You can, of course, change up the stamps. You don't have to use what I used, but lots and lots of things like that. Oh my gosh. So you want to learn how to make a bow. What shall I demonstrate one more time? Okay. All right. So here's a bow. I'm going to make a loop. Okay, I'm going to do this nice and slow. I'm going to go around. Okay, and then my ribbon is flat. It's not twisted. It's flat. Okay, you can see I've got my loop. Then I'm going to take and feed in here this loop like so. All right, then all that I do is just kind of adjust, adjust, adjust until I get what I like. Now this ribbon, by the way, is super, super nice to tie with. Not all ribbon ties this nice. The ribbon I hate tying actually is the 1/8 inch gold and silver ribbon. I really struggle with that ribbon for some reason. And it's like there's some new 1/8 inch ribbon that ties better, but it's the gold and silver and I think it's the metallic. Okay, so here is my gorgeous bow. Did you like that? Lovely step-by-step tutorial. Okay, so you can just practice that. And that's how I tie a bow. I should like cut out that little section and then like slow-mo it for you. People often ask me how to tie bows. There are lots of different ways I like tying them off of the roll of ribbon, by the way, too, because then it's easier to tie. You don't have to, you want me to do it again, Karen? Okay, here we go one more time. So I've made my loop, okay? And then I'm going to wrap this around, okay, all the way. And again, it's flat on the back. So here's my loop. My thumb is in here. It's flat on the back. Okay, then I'm going to feed in here another loop. So I don't make a loop here and feed it in. I just take and feed in the loop. Just tying a bow. Okay, Sue, I will. All right. Well, Sue, if I can figure out how to cut this video up and just select this, I will. But there it is. A lot of this, by the way, has to do with just like tinkering with the right, you know, going back and forth till you're happy. Oh, but there you go. So nice. Okay. So it's, now here's the ugly side. See, it's not pretty on that side. It's ugly on that side, but it's pretty on this side. Just so you know. Okay. So there you go. All right, next, I know some people find themselves to be bow impaired, and don't let that mess with your stamping awesomeness. You can stamp without bows and it will be okay. In fact, I remember I tried, I stamped knots, I made knots, and when we started doing knots instead of bows, it was kind of a trendy thing. It still totally is, but that was like really like earth-shattering that you didn't have to tie a bow. You could tie a knot. So now this is going to be even easier. We're going to make this card. This was actually my swap for my Thailand trip, was this cute little note card. And let me show you where this came from because you're going to laugh. Okay, so here is a card I made. Now this was on my blog, I think the day I got back, so a week ago today. And isn't this a cute card? I thought so. So I needed to, well, I was making this before I left for Thailand, and Emily, my assistant, was going to go visit her sister. And so I wanted to give her a little treat for her trip, and so I needed a quick card, and I was just making this. And when I stamped the inside of the card, I was like, ooh, that's really cute. Like, I could totally take this and just make a really simple card out of it. So I really liked that, and so this is kind of where that came from. And then I also had just made this card, so I had the punches on the brain. So let me show you this card. It's so easy, and the ribbon on here is just a straight hunk of it. It's not even a bow or a knot or anything. Like, anybody could make this. Like, seriously. Okay, so first of all, I'm looking for my ribbon and I can't even find it. So you know what? We might substitute a different ribbon and then we'll find out if it's cute or not. Okay. So I'm using a note card and envelope. So here's the package of those. They come packaged together with coordinating envelopes. You can see they're a little bit smaller than a standard sized card. They come pre-scored. I don't always like that though, because here's why. In fact, people ask me about scoring my cards, and I don't usually score them because when they don't line up, it drives me bananas. Okay, so that's why I don't do it. But anyway, we'll just have the extra hangover side be on the front so you can't tell. All right. Now, this is a little, oh, I was going to show you. It's a little bit smaller. So these are 3.5 by 5 inches, 3.5 by 5 inches folded, whereas this is 4.25 by 5.5. So they're just a little bit smaller. They still totally work in the mail and all that good stuff. All right. So now I'm going to use on this card, no, not that set, this set. I have all this stuff like stacked up over here for our projects. So this is the Beautiful Bouquet stamp set, and it comes with coordinating framelits that cut out a whole bunch of these pieces as well as a few other things. It's really pretty awesome. In fact, it's so awesome I sat down and couldn't stop, so I made a whole bunch of cards, and then boom, we had an online class. So this online class, you can register for it now on my blog, but it will be coming out in August, so I think it's a couple weeks away. But I love the stamp set. And also look at all these really cool sayings that are in here. And by the way, these are reduced in size. You can see the actual size is a bit bigger. So like here is this image right here. So there you go. But it's a really great set. It's super versatile, and the coordinating framelits really make this a great set. So here we go. We're going to use kind of my favorite colors, which are Flirty Flamingo, Peekaboo Peach, and Pear Pizzazz. So these are bright happy colors if there ever were bright happy colors. So we're going to take, and I have my scrap of paper, and we'll use that 2-inch circle punch. Look at you guys. You're so cute. You're all tying bows at home. I'm so proud of you. Good job, you guys. That is so awesome. I'm so happy for you. I helped you make a bow. All right. So I'm going to stamp the bigger flower right here in Peekaboo Peach. And then, do you see how I got ink on there? That makes me mad, so I'm going to do it again. Boom. Oh, I did it again. It's this thing. Okay, so now I'm getting super anal about this because it's really not that big of a deal, but it is bugging me, so I'm going to fix this. And by the way, I made like a whole bunch of these and did not have this problem, so I don't know what's going on.
Maybe you have stage fright.
Okay. My daughter just said maybe I have stage fright. I don't think that's it. Okay. So there we go. Better. So there is my thing. Do you see? It's this little speck of ink right there. I know. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Then I'm trying to see. I could use... And it looks okay. I'm sorry. I was just catching up on my comments to make sure I didn't miss any questions. All right. So I'm going to stamp a second flower. This one is in Flirty Flamingo. And then I'm going to add the little leaf. And what I love about these is all the images are separate, so you can stamp them easily in different colors, which is awesome. So there is one leaf, and here is another right in between. So that looks super cute. And then, okay, it's not, Jeanette, it's not that I need a deep breath. It's because I want my card to be perfect. I'm picky. I'm cool. Don't worry. All right. Then, now in my card, I did happy birthday, and I have to tell you, kind of a little teeny, what do you call it when you, stamping confessional. Oh my gosh. So my stamping confessional moment is that, I did make my cards for, the swap in Thailand, except I didn't actually complete. Well, it's not that I didn't complete them. I didn't actually turn them in time to swap them in Thailand. And yeah.
It's a little blurry. Do you want me to still do it?
Yeah, it's fine. Sorry, that's my daughter asking questions. I didn't turn them in time because I think I was like having fun with my friends and I missed the deadline. Well, no, actually maybe that was the day we were gone really long and we didn't get back in time. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I didn't turn them in, but I stand by my fun. Okay, I also stamped the center with Flirty Flamingo. Okay, back on track, girls. So what my point is I have a whole bunch of happy birthday cards. So I'm going to put thanks a bunch on this particular one because I always need thank you cards to send to you guys. So there's my thanks a bunch. And look at another little... Oh no, that's not stuck on there. I can get that off. Whew. Oh, that makes me so happy. But isn't this cute? All right. So then I'm going to add a little rhinestone. Now, I think I showed you guys before. I have all of my embellishments in these clear cases now, and they store up so nice in these little cases. So I kind of am digging that. So I just yanked off a little rhinestone, which I will stick in the center here. So when I made, I mentioned before I made a cute card for my Emily. Hers was in this color scheme, but then I wanted to try a different color scheme, so that's where I got this one. Okay, so now let's punch this with our, uh-oh, what did I do with it? It was hiding. Let's see if I can get another one out of here. Oh, I can. Yay. Doesn't that make you happy when the scrap you have handy, you can fit the punch that you want to punch? That just makes me happy. Okay. All right, so I will attach my little circle. Oops. I didn't quite have it lined up though. There we go. All right, now I remember I said and by the way, our envelope is right here. We could totally stamp on the envelope too. Remember how I said that I didn't have my ribbon handy? I don't. That burlap ribbon, because I think, if I remember correctly, I used the last of what I had to make my swap cards. So what I'm going to do instead is substitute something that I do have. And I do that a lot. I think that's really important because you can't have absolutely everything. I've been stamping for 20 years with Stampin' Up. It is my full-time job. I write all this stuff off on my taxes, and yet I still don't have everything that I want. I mean, my wish list is just as bad. I hope that makes you feel a little better. Okay, what size circle is this, Kayla? This is the 2-inch circle. 2 inches. Okay. So my substitute ribbon is this cool new crinkle ribbon. This is crinkle, I think, seam binding. Is that what it's called? Crinkle seam binding. So this is my substitute ribbon. And we're just going to put a hunk of it on here. because that'll work. I do like the burlap because it's kind of cute and a little, you know, different, kind of that shabby chic look. But this will work too. So I'm just going to put a strip of Fast Fuse down and then stick that on and then pop this over the top. And I think it looks all right. Oh my gosh, Tracy, your wish list is 4 pages and you need almost $2,000. You should sign up to be a demonstrator. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, I love this ribbon too. It is so beautiful and it ties like a dream. Oh my gosh. Isn't that awesome? I love ribbon that ties like a dream. There you go. A dream. Hey, you listen to your iTunes, whatever. So there we go. Thanks a bunch with a coordinating envelope. Ha ha. So cute. Okay, so that's our next project. So now we've got 2 projects under our belt. Our third, I hope you don't laugh at me because it's kind of funny. Our third project is awesome. And it actually is based on a swap that I got, but I didn't really like the swap. Well, okay, that sounds terrible. I thought the swap was a little plain, so I liked to jazz it up a little. And I didn't really do a whole lot, but a little bit took it a long way. So we're going to start with the Daffodil Delight card base. And oh my gosh, you're from Switzerland and you can't join Stampin' Up! That is horrible. I hope that you can soon. I wish I knew more about that. I really honestly don't. That is really too bad, though. We have French stamps. Do you speak French? Franziska. Is that how you say it? I hope so, because I love that, and it rolls right off the tongue. Okay, so here is my card base, and I'm going to add to it some of the Daisy Delight DSP, which look at how pretty that is. So gorgeous. And I'm also going to add a little strip of Old Olive. So I have to tell you, I don't know who made the swap that I'm going to show you because there wasn't a name attached to it. Otherwise I would give credit to that person. But I've done a whole bunch of swaps with other demonstrators with the catalog coming out in June. And this was one of the cards that I received in that swap. So I'm just going to adhere this to my card like so. Now this is all good and wonderful, isn't it? Oh, you speak German. Well, we have stamps in German. Hey, Ella, say something German.
9.
She just said 9. Can you believe that? Guten Tag. What does that mean? Good
day.
Good day. Well, how do you say guten even? Guten Abend. That means good evening because I think it is evening where you are. Franziska. Oh. Okay, so there is my card so far. Now I'm going to add to it the scalloped circle from the layering circles and the stitched circle. This is the largest one on both cases. And these two will layer just like that. I'm going to use the Colorful Seasons stamp set. This is a gorgeous stamp set. And there are some really cool words. I love the font in here. You make me smile. Life is a beautiful thing. May all your tomorrow's bees happy today. Congratulations. Thinking of you. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So on here, I'm going to stamp Life is a Beautiful Thing. And I have to apologize because my stamp is over here. Here we go. I've been shooting all kinds of videos. I have an online class for this that is just coming out, and I've been working on these. They're so pretty. Okay. I think I stamped this down a little further than I wanted, but that's all right. Life is a Beautiful Thing. Okay, so that's cool. I stamped that in black, and I'm going to adhere it on top of my circle. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to pop this up. Oh, good. Sue is on it. I don't know how the European stuff works as well. I actually, so in, well, I don't know if I can even say this, so I probably won't, but something to do with the languages in the holiday catalog, and there will be some demonstrators that are really excited. That's all I'll say. But that only pertains to other countries, not the US. Okay, so life is a beautiful thing. And so this is what the card looked like that I got in my swap, which is fine. It's nice. But I thought with just a couple little touches, we could have a really fancy card. So here's what I did. My first step and my favorite is I'm adding just a little bit of ribbon. And my ribbon is hiding. I thought I had all my ribbon out. Oh, here it is. It was out. It just fell. Shocking. Okay, so I fold doing this. Okay. There's my bow. Okay, you saw it once more. I'll just trim that end. That's the pretty side. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that on right here. Well, I think it looks better down here, so we're going to stick it on down there. Boom. Life is a beautiful thing. There we go. Then, so that, don't you think that right there just adds a whole lot to it? Okay. Then the next thing I'm going to do is take and add, oh, here we go. These are my glitter dots. The new glitter enamel dots are so cute, and they totally coordinate with this Colorful Seasons suite of products. So I will do a few of these. Let's see how I did this. Like, I'll put one down here and another kind of light one over here, and then a pretty green one up here. So things in threes are always good. Okay, that's pretty. One more fancy touch. Ah, Wink of Stella, you are so good to me. So I'm just going to put some Wink of Stella on the printed paper, flower petals, just to make this card, take it from pretty cute to wow. It's just a teeny little touch like this that I think makes the card really fancy. Okay. And bless you. My goodness. You know what my daughter is doing right now? I so love this. She's watermarking cards for me. Okay, now can you see the shimmer? There it is. So just a little extra shimmer on here. And now I think that card went from kind of, I mean, it was fine, but really pretty kind of awesome. So there you go. Okay, so there's that card. And I have one more card to share with you today. And it also is an awesome card. By the way, I do have an online class for this, well, actually for both things in here, for the Colorful Seasons, this one, as well as the Daisy Delight with this printed paper it came from. I have an online class for both, so check that out. Last but not least is one more really simple card, and this card sort of came from the card I showed this morning on my blog. We're also going to stick with the Colorful Seasons, and then we're also going to add one other stamp set, which is, my stamps are sitting on top of it. So sorry for everything. So this stamp set is new, and I really like it because it's got where you can stamp the word sorry, but then you can add different things. So for instance, sorry, I missed your birthday, or sorry for your loss. So you can, you know, switch up the things that you are stamping. All right, so, oh, I kind of showed it. Boom, there it is. So easy. Do you like this? Okay, so let me show you. This is such a simple card, but I just think it makes it so pretty. And I just dropped my leaf, so hold on, I gotta grab it. So I'm using Very Vanilla. And I don't remember what my dimensions of all these are, so I'll put them on my blog. But I'm going to start with the smallest panel, and I'm going to stamp Sorry in Pear Pizzazz ink. Then, what did I do with my Pear Pizzazz pad? Okay. So then I'm going to... Now, the reason I like this so much is because sympathy cards are the kind of thing that you always need. And it's so helpful to just have them laying around ready for when you need them, so you don't have to stamp them up, you know, real quick. Because that's when ideas are, I find, the hardest, is when you are needing one in a flash and you don't have any ready. Do you guys ever feel that way? So, here's my old olive pad. So I like to make a lot of these cards up, and this is the perfect card because it could go for any season. And it could also work for like any kind of sympathy. Like, what I mean by that is, like, if a man card versus a female card, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of gender neutral is what I'm trying to say, but not very well. Goodness gracious, Dina. Okay, so I'm going to stamp "I'm so very sorry" in old olive ink right above here. And then I'm going to stink ink "For your loss" in old olive ink right below. Okay, so "I'm so very sorry for your loss." Isn't that pretty? Then I die cut the leaf. And actually, I was going to put this like on something. And ooh, I kind of like it like this too. Kind of off kilter. I was going to like put a circle punch behind this or something like that. But I thought it looked so pretty. Just the ivory on ivory or vanilla on vanilla. I noticed there's a couple little pieces that didn't come out. By the way, this die cut's like a dream, which I just love. Now, the best way to adhere this is with our silicone mat. And to do this, I'm just going to squeeze out a little glue. This is our liquid purpose glue. And then my disgusting but very effective sponge that I have here. And I'm just going to take and put a little bit of adhesive. Now, I'm only kind of doing the center because I sort of like the idea of the tips of my leaves sticking up on my card a little bit, because, you know, I like things that are dimensional. All right, so we'll stick it on like that, except that's the opposite way of what I had it before, isn't it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so there it is. Now, if I wanted to make this a little fancier, what I could do is I could add some pearls to this, or a little bit of ribbon. Actually, I toyed with, let me show you. Well, let's change it up since you've seen my first version. Let's do one other version. So this might be a little bit more feminine card, but sometimes, like, if you're giving a card to a grieving man, you don't want it to be like flowers and girly stuff, right? Or if it's, I don't know, or if it's for a man who died, like somebody lost their husband, then do you want to give them a girly card? I don't know. I don't know what the protocol is on this, but I can tell you this card would work no matter who it was that was grieving. Okay. So what if I tied a little bit of ribbon on here like this? So this is the crochet trim or lace trim or whatever this is called. What is this called? Lace trim. I suppose this is not actually crocheted, but it is lace. All right, so there's that. And that was just a knot. Oh, somebody was asking what watermarking is. So on my blog, all my photos have my name and blog address on them, and it's for a couple purposes. First of all, it's so if you want to know where the card came from and more information on it, you can find my blog. And second of all, is it's kind of like my ownership of the project, so other people can't take it and claim it as their own. That happens sometimes. Oh, I kind of like this. What do you guys think? Mainly it's to protect my work so that other people can't just say they came up with it. Because I put a lot of work into this. Ooh, I see people are giving me hearts. So that must mean you guys like it. Excellent. So I have to tell you, did you guys see my video today that I posted on my blog? I showed a card and I talked about on all my videos, I always say, if you want to see the dimensions, go to my blog. And in the last couple weeks, I guess all this happened before I left for Thailand. I had this person leave me some kind of nasty comments on my blog. And the first one was, I come to your, or not on my blog, on my YouTube channel. And they said, I come to your YouTube channel for inspiration, and now you want me to click just so you get more clicks on your blog. And, oh, I was really mad because, well, first of all, the cards I do, having you click to my blog so that you can see the photos and all the dimensions are for your benefit. Second of all, yeah, I do want you to click on my blog because that helps my blog get more traffic. When you go, more people go. And third of all, if you don't like my videos, stop watching them. Well, then I posted another video where I discussed some of the, let's say, colloquial terms for things like a bone folder. You might know the other term for this. I'm not going to say it because every time I do, I get nasty grams from people. But lighten up, people. So then she made a really, well, actually I say she, I assume it's a woman. I don't know. It could have been a guy, but she made these nasty comments about that and how it was so inappropriate that I was so vulgar. And P.S. I didn't actually swear once. I just used some fun terms for stamping. Now, I like to think I make stamping fun. That is always my goal. My goal is to make people happy and cheer them up and enjoy what they see. She twice commented about that. So the first one I just flat out removed, and then the second one I blocked her. And I was really angry with that because, oh my gosh, do you guys know how much of my heart and soul I put in here? And for her to just do that, and again, I'm saying her because her name was weird. It didn't really indicate whether it was a girl or a guy. And she said, one of the things she said was, something about Shelley would be so upset to hear such vulgar things coming out of my mouth. And I thought, wow, I could so comment on this, but I won't. And P.S. I don't think Shelley would have a problem with that. And the Shelley she is speaking of is Shelley, the co-founder of our company. I've known Shelley for a long time, and I've talked to Shelley many times. And let me just tell you, I don't think Shelley would have had a problem with this. I think she would have giggled. And that was really all that it was for. And the only reason I say this is, you guys, come on, just enjoy, happy, be fun. This is all fun and good stamping awesomeness. That's all that I'm trying to bring. So just enjoy. Okay, having said that, which one do you like better? Should we add some like pearls or something to this? I don't know. I know. And you guys, seriously, 99% of the comments I get are amazing. They're so happy, positive, whatever. I just love it. But it's that one person that just sucks the life out of you, and it just makes you mad. And the thing I think that I just can't figure out is, like, nobody's like bending your arm to make you watch me. I think that I provide an excellent service, and you don't have to watch. You can just choose not to if you don't like it. I guess it comes back to, if you don't have anything nice to say, zip your lip. Okay. All right. Anywho, let's put some pearls on here to make it fancy. Thank you for letting me vent about all that. I thought you guys might understand how I was feeling. Even me, I have sometimes to deal with people. Ugh. I know. No pearls, just plain. Ugh. I'm putting pearls on, Sue. This is just to make it fancy schmancy. I have one pearl left on this sheet, so I'm really going to have to just use it. There we go. There we go. I added some pearls. I don't know if those are cute or not. If you don't have anything nice to say, sit next to me. I kind of am of that opinion too, Jeanette, but I don't know. Okay, it's my card. Thanks, Sue. Well, I have two versions. You can take whichever one or whichever version you like. I'll put both on my blog so you can compare and contrast. Thanks, guys. I know you guys appreciate me, or else why on earth would you watch my Facebook lives? But I do like to have fun. It is my whole thing. And I think, you know, like, we live in crazy times. Everybody's crabby and nasty online, and people are crazy, and I just want to bring a little joy to the world in my stamping chaos. So, all right. So here is my last card. Let me show you my next one. Thank you so much for the love, you guys. So then we also did this one. Got kind of a couple versions of that. Well, basically they're the same. Then we had this card, and then we had the two options, whether you liked the crinkle ribbon or the burlap ribbon. Oh, don't forget the coordinating envelopes, because that always makes people happy. Then there was finally this cute card. So cute. All right. So again, now let's review. So those are the cards. I'll post them all in my blog on Wednesday. Then don't forget, when you order, use my host code, and I'm going to send you a tutorial that has 20 projects using the Colorful Seasons suite. That was the suite that this cool leaf came from. And there's printed paper. There's all kinds of stuff. The stamp set was just here. What did I do with it? So it's all of this stuff. I love this because it's so versatile. You have all the different seasons in it. You have these gorgeous branches. You've got snowflakes. You've got the summer chair, and then the framelets, which I know they're not, oh, just the one is in here. There's a whole bunch. So anyway, this is a great set. I also have an online class for this. I have several online classes. In fact, I think I might write them down on here just so you know. I did have, I left rather abruptly this weekend to our cabin because we had word that there was some damage up there from storms that went through. Luckily, we didn't have much damage, just some downed trees, and not much damage to our cabin, luckily. But I did mess up on a link, but now it's fixed. And so here are the online classes that I have going on. I'm about to post a card buffet, just so you know, but that's not on there quite yet. So Colorful Seasons, I'm putting these in order of when they come out. Colorful Seasons. Daisy Delight comes out at the end of this week. And this is kind of, well, I should say they're all awesome, but they're both pretty cool. Then I have Happy Birthday Gorgeous. I'm just going to write HB Gorgeous. And then Beautiful Bouquet. Except bouquet has a U in it. And then I have a card buffet for July coming out. And that'll be up later this week, so I will email that out. Okay. So, oh, I'm so glad you like the list. So, July bonus days, that is from Stampin' Up. If you spend $50, you get a $5 coupon, and there's going to be an awesome special using the Christmas and July stuff for next month. That's this. If you've ever thought about becoming a demonstrator, this is so the month to do it, because Stampin' Up has probably the best offer I've ever seen, which is a free $72 essentials kit that includes this awesome stamp set. This is a preview from the catalog that will come out next month. And by next month, I mean actually September 1st for customers, August 1st for demonstrators. And that includes the stamp set and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. I have a lot of information about that on the Join My Team page on my blog, so check that out. That expires on the 31st, which is next Monday. I will do another reminder of it, of course, next week. And then I have these online classes coming out. These two are basically coming out immediately, and then these are coming out in the next couple of weeks. This one will be out pretty quick here, too. So anyway, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Of course, if you spend, by the way, you have to spend $50 to get this. So I'm kind of doubling up with the Stampin' Up thing. If you spend $50 with me, use the host code. If you spend more, that's fine, of course. I mean, let's be honest, that's totally cool. But I have a really cool tutorial that has 20 different projects with photos and directions for you. There are not videos in this one, but if you order the Colorful Seasons online class and order the bundle that goes with this, you'll get it as well. So, great, awesome deals. So make sure you take advantage of them. If you have any questions about this stuff or anything else, you know where to find me. Drop me a line. I'm happy to answer them. And then once more, by the way, that host code's all over my blog, so don't worry, you can't miss it. So those are our projects for this time. I hope you enjoyed them. One thing now, I did not mention this. You know, I always do a drawing for free stuff. Okay, if you share or order, that's how you get entered. And I've been giving away some great stuff. I hope people are liking that stuff. I've given away all kinds of stamps. I'm trying to think of what I don't know what I have for this time. Not sure. So anyway, free stuff is always good though. So make sure to share this video or place an order. And if you do both, you'll get 2 entries. So yay. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I love stamping with you and I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed my stories and you don't think I'm totally insane. Maybe a little crazy, but not totally insane. Anyway, have an awesome day and I will see you again next week. We will be back on Monday. Love you guys. Bye.